What's going on, guys? Thought I'd jump on here, and today I'm basically just going to share some of my favorite chest and ab workouts. I know that a lot of people want to build a big chest, and a lot of people want to have abs during the summer because they look good. And in my opinion, a big chest and nice abs and good shoulders are a good part of an aesthetic looking physique. So, thought I'd share some of my favorites. Started off with incline bench. This is heavy work. If I'm doing heavy work, I just do a few sets of 5. I don't ever really go below that just because all the sets of 1, 2, or 3 are usually done on flat bench. So I did a few sets of 5 with 225 and then went down to 185 for some volume work. I like to kind of do a combination of both on incline bench just because not only do I want to build strength there, but also want to increase the area of that muscle of the upper chest and the shoulders. Just because, like I said, I think that is an aesthetic looking physique. So I hit some of that. And then also, big part of my chest workouts are incline dumbbell work and a lot of variations of them. So here we have a variation of a fly where you basically go from a dumbbell fly up to a press and then into a hex press. So kind of a complicated movement and can be a little confusing if you're not careful and if you don't really focus on the movement, but it'll absolutely destroy the chest and all areas of it, and it's a really good isolating movement as well. Here you can see I did it with just a slight incline on the bench. I like to do it at just about a 30-degree angle, which will really isolate the upper chest. Any incline work, I try to stick to about a 30-degree angle just because that'll take some of the anterior head of the shoulder out of the movement and put a little bit more emphasis on the upper chest, which is what you're trying to develop if you're doing any sort of incline movement. Like many other people, my upper chest is a little bit lacking, so I do a lot of incline stuff. And then I also finish this with as many hex presses as I possibly can. By the time I'm done with about 10 of those fly to press movements, chest is pretty fried. So then after that, of course, we have just a regular dumbbell incline movement. This is a huge staple in all of my chest days pretty much. I like to go super heavy on these, but also really like to do a lot of volume. So I think I did maybe 5 sets of 12 or something like that. I believe those were 95s. So I try to get a lot of volume in, but also stay heavy just because it really pumps your chest up and feels good. So then I went back to the hex press and just did the hex press. This is super good, again, on an incline because I want to isolate my upper chest. And then also, doing anything with this close of a grip will really target the inner chest, which I find hard to build, so I like to do these. On these, just make sure you're keeping your elbows in to avoid injury there, and then really focus on isolating your chest and squeezing with your chest. Same with these, kind of the same sort of movement. Elbows in to keep from injury, and then if you don't pay attention, it's easy to use your triceps and your shoulders for this, but if you really focus on it, you can squeeze your chest as tight as you possibly can in order to just get it really isolated. These are good. I like to use fairly lightweight and do a lot of reps. Usually stick between sets of about 15 or 20. And this is also just, again, like something to do as a superset just to completely fry your chest. This is another dumbbell incline movement where you do sets of 30, which absolutely destroys you. You do 10 reps with this reverse grip and then switch it up and do 10 reps with a neutral grip. If you're doing it right, hopefully, most of the time, this was my first set, so I was pretty fresh, but most of the time I won't make it through all 30 reps without taking a break. But then after the neutral grip, you just hit regular dumbbell incline reps with the pronated grip. And this is absolutely killer. 30 reps straight will definitely force your chest to work a little harder than normally would. So now we got my ab stuff. I don't do a ton of abs because I really think that if you want abs, just eat well, and that'll keep some fat off, and you'll be able to have visible abs. But when I do abs, I like to do hanging leg raises. These are pretty challenging, and a lot of people can't do them. But definitely, even if you can do 1 or 2, something to continuously work on and get better at. Usually I do sets of like 8 to 10. And these regular Roman chair knee ups, I'm sure you've seen them before. I'm not that flexible, so it's kind of tough to keep my legs straight, but keep your legs as straight as you possibly can and really focus on squeezing the lower abs to get your legs up. And then also I like to do these. These also kind of force your triceps to work a little bit, so that's nice. But yeah, just another variation of a leg raise to get those lower abs good. And a lot of times people can't really target those, or they find it hard to develop that. So leg raises are pretty good for me, and really get those. And then to get my obliques, I'll just do some weighted Russian twists. I never use a crazy amount of weight just because it kind of hurts my lower back. But yeah, just grab any sort of weight that you're comfortable with. Stay slow, stay controlled. And yeah, those are pretty good. And then I always finish off with bicycles just because there's no weight and they're easy to burn out on. So yeah, that's all my favorite chest and ab movements. If you guys want to work on that, go for it. Feel free to use these and kill it.